Good morning, students. So after 3 days, I am again here with you to deal the lesson or continue the lesson Dr. B R Ambedkar. I hope you have all enjoyed the festival of Diwali, and I wish you a belated happy Diwali to all of you. Let's move on to the lesson. Before going to start the lesson, let's a short recapitulation of previous class. So in the last class, we have discussing a lesson Dr. B R Ambedkar gave a notable tribute, that the tribute he has given, he has made a notable role in making Indian Constitution. So in this lesson, in the last class we have discussed that Ambedkar was a voracious reader. So he has we can mark one trait in Ambedkar, that he was a voracious reader. And the author gave some examples for that. That when he was in USA or when he was in New York, he purchased 2,000 old books. And when he was a student, he curtailing his daily needs and saved enough money, and in that money he purchased books. And when he went to London to attend the second roundtable conference, the books he has bought there, that has been sent to India in 32 boxes. So these are the good examples. These are the examples for that Ambedkar was a voracious reader. So after that, he was greatly influenced by Mahatma Phule, and he was also influenced by the 14th Amendment, which was drawn to USA Constitution. And he was also greatly influenced by Mahatma Phule, who was the votary of classless society and women's suffrage. So after that, he decided to devote all his life for the sake of, for the uplift of depressed classes people. So for them only, he has started some 3 newspapers that were worked as the voices of depressed classes. They were Mookanayaka, Bahishkruta Bharata and Samata. Which were the newspapers started by Dr. Ambedkar? Mookanayaka, Bahishkruta Bharata and Samata. These are the 3 newspapers he has started, which has worked as the voices of depressed classes. And he also started 2 institutions, which are Hitakarani Sabha and Independent Labour Party, which were worked as the vehicles of change. So these are the points we have discussed in the previous class. Okay. So today let's continue the lesson from 3rd paragraph. ಕಳೆದ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಚರ್ಚೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅವಿಶ್ರಾಂತ ಓದುಗ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ನ್ಯೂಯಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ 2000 ಹಳೆಯ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ತಮ್ಮ ದೈನಂದಿನ ಅಗತ್ಯತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಉಳಿದಂಥ ಹಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಅವರು ಎರಡನೇ ದುಂಡು ಮೇಜಿನ ಪರಿಷತ್ಗೆ ಲಂಡನ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು 32 ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಫುಲೆ ಅವರ ಪ್ರಭಾವ, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಅಮೇರಿಕಾದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದಂಥ 14ನೇ ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಭಾವವನ್ನು ಬೀರಿ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ತುಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ, ಶೋಷಣೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಜನರ ಏಳಿಗೆಗಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಮುಡುಪಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವರು 3 ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಆರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವು ಮೂಕನಾಯಕ, ಬಹಿಷ್ಕೃತ ಭಾರತ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮತ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ 3 ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ 2 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಆರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವು ಹಿತಕಾರಣಿ ಸಭಾ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಲೇಬರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಆರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ದ ಲೆಸನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ paragraph number 3rd, page number 69. Students, there were so many difficult work will come in this lesson, and I have to write I will write on the blackboard, and you have to take note of that. Let's start the lesson. Baba Saheb was elected to the Bombay Legislative Assembly in the elections under the Constitution of India Act 1935. Baba Saheb made effective contributions to the debates in the assembly on a variety of subjects. His flair for legislative work became evident to the whole nation. Soon the Constitution Assembly of India offered Dr. Ambedkar the opportunity to give the most notable and permanent shape to his social philosophy and to his undying faith in the dignity of human beings. Oh, sorry for the disturbance. Okay. That Assembly of India offered Dr. Ambedkar the opportunity to give the most notable and permanent shape to his social philosophy and to his undying faith in the dignity of human beings. Baba Saheb was not in the Congress, but it must be said to the credit of the foresighted and objective leadership of the Indian National Congress that it requested Dr. Ambedkar to serve on the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly and made him its chairman. As chairman of the drafting committee, Dr. Ambedkar anticipated every convincible requirement of the new polity, drawing from the examples and experience of other nations and the distinctive needs of our own society. He raised brick by brick the magnificent edifice which now stands as the fundamental rights in the Constitution of India. There were of course other luminaries on the committee like Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi and N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, who also made vital contribution to the process of constitution making. But if there is one person who will be remembered as the pilot of the various provisions of the Indian Constitution, it will surely be Dr. Ambedkar. It devolved on Dr. Ambedkar to explain to the assembly with a combination of tact and frankness and utmost patience the meaning and scope of the different provisions of the draft constitution. He had the rare gift of unraveling the most complicated legal concepts in a language which the layman understood. Dr. Ambedkar, aided by the indefatigable constitutional advisor B Rao, performed this task matchlessly. So let's stop here. I will explain from the paragraph number 3. Baba Saheb was elected to the Bombay Legislative Assembly in the elections under the Constitution of India Act 1935. So in that time, before we got independence, before we got freedom, elections were held on the basis of 1935 Indian Constitution of India Act. So in that elections, Ambedkar was elected for Bombay Legislative Assembly. 1935ರ ಒಂದು ಶಾಸನದಂತೆ ನಡೆದಂತಹ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಾಬಾ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ಬಾಂಬೆ ಶಾಸಕಾಂಗ ಸಭೆಗೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. Baba Saheb made effective contributions to the debates in the assembly on a variety of subjects. So he was a very knowledgeable and resourceful person, Ambedkar, because he read so many books. He gained so much of knowledge by reading books. Because of that only, he has given an effective contributions to the debates. So there will be a debate in the Legislative Assembly about various subjects. So in that debate, Dr. Ambedkar gave an effective contribution on various subjects because he knows so much about all the things, about all the problems. So that only he has that confidence. Because of that only he made effective contribution to the debates. ಆ ಒಂದು ಅವರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಅಪಾರವಾದಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನ ಆ ಚರ್ಚೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. His flair for legislative work became evident to the whole nation. So Ambedkar has a wide knowledge. And it was the right platform for him to debate, to show his or to present his all views, to present his all knowledge, to present his all argument in the assembly. So that only his flair of legislative work became evident to the whole nation. So ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಇಡೀ ಒಂದು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. Soon the Constituent Assembly of India offered Dr. Ambedkar the opportunity. So after the independence, after we got independence, there was a committee has been formed to write the constitution, to make constitution for this country. So in that committee there are so many persons, leaders were there from all over from all part of this country, from all part of India, from all the states. There are so many leaders were selected to give their own views about when they are going to make constitution. ಭಾರತ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಗಳಿಸಿದ ನಂತರ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ರಚನೆಗಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಸಮಿತಿಯನ್ನು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು. ಆ ಸಮಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗಗಳಿಂದ ಒಂದು ನಾಯಕರನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಆಫರ್ಡ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ the opportunity to give the most notable and permanent shape to his social philosophy and to his undying faith in the dignity of human beings. So, that assembly gave chance to the Ambedkar. Well, that assembly offered him to work to make Indian Constitution. Through that, he can give the notable and permanent shape to his social philosophy and the undying faith of human beings, dignity of human beings. So, Ambedkar has his own social philosophy. That he was born in the last class of the society, and he was faced so many insults. The people of upper class society insulted him throughout his life. So he decided to devote all his life for the welfare of the depressed people. So he has his own social philosophy. So by working in the constitution making committee, he can give the notable and permanent shape to his social philosophy and the undying dignity of human beings. So he has that dignity he has in human beings that will never die. ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ರಚನಾ ಸಮಿತಿ, ಆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ರಚನಾ ಸಮಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತೆ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಆಫರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಎಂದೂ ಸಾಯದಂತಹ ಆ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಘನತೆ, ಮಾನವ ಒಂದು ಜಾತಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಘನತೆ ಎಂದೂ ಸಾಯಬಾರದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಗಮನಾರ್ಹವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಶೇಪನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್. Baba Saheb was not in the Congress. So in that moment, Congress was not a political party in that moment. It was a institution formed for the struggle of independence of this country, independent of India. Now it has become a political party. But in that moment, Ambedkar was not in Congress. He was not the member of the Congress party in that time. Even though, but it must be said to the credit of the foresighted and objective leaders of the Indian National Congress. But in that moment, Congress has so it was a institution that has foresighted and objective leadership was there in that moment, Congress. So that requested him, Dr. Ambedkar, to serve on the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly. So, Assembly and made him its chairman. So, Dr. Ambedkar, he was not in Congress that moment. But even though Congress requested him to serve as the chairman, to work as the chairman of drafting committee of the Indian Constitution. It shows the foresight and the objective leadership of the Indian National Congress. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸದಸ್ಯರಲ್ಲದೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ದೂರದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಸ್ತುನಿಷ್ಠ ಒಂದು ನಾಯಕತ್ವವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದಂತಹ ಭಾರತೀಯ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತು, ಈ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ರಚನೆಯ ಒಂದು ಕರಡು ಸಮಿತಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೋರಿಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಆಸ್ ಅ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ, so now Dr. Ambedkar became the chairman of the drafting committee of Indian Constitution, making Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar anticipated every conceivable requirement of the new polity. So here observe the word anticipated. Anticipate. Anticipate. Anticipate means nirikshe, expectation, and conceivable. Conceivable. Conceivable means sambhavaniya. Dr. Ambedkar has become the chairman of drafting committee of Indian Constitution. Ambedkar anticipated every conceivable requirement of the new polity. So he think about the conceivable requirement. Conceivable sambhavaniya agatyategalu. Requirement means agatyategalu. He thought about the basic needs of this society. Because he has that experience. He had that more experience in the society. So he thought about that. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿತ ಸಂಭವನೀಯ ಅಗತ್ಯತೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಯೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Drawing from the examples and experience of the other nations and the distinctive needs of our own society. Along with that conceivable requirement, he thought he drawn from the examples and the experience of other nations. He has studied the other constitutions of other countries, and with his own examples and experiences, and also the distinctive needs of our own society. So there are that time literacy was very low and poverty is there. So he thought about the distinctive needs of this society. With all these things, after studying all these things, which are there, first one is the conceivable requirements and distinctive needs of this society, and the examples and experience of other nations. So after studying all these things, he has constructed brick by brick the magnificent edifice, which now stands as the fundamental rights in the constitutions of India. So studying all these things, he has constructed brick by brick the fundamental rights, which is called magnificent edifice. So ಸಮಾಜದ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವಿಶಾಲವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅಗತ್ಯತೆಗಳು, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಈ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನ ಓದಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಹಂತ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವವಾದಂತಹ ಕಟ್ಟಡವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿದರು. ಅದೇ ಇವತ್ತೇನಾಗಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು, ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. There were of course other luminaries on the committee like Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K M Munshi and N Gopal Swamy Iyengar, who also made vital contribution to the process of constitution making. So with Ambedkar, there were other luminaries, other leaders were there, which were done a notable role in making Indian Constitution. Who are those luminaries? That Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K M Munshi and Gopal Swamy Iyengar. They were also made vital contribution in making of Indian Constitution. They also give a notable contribution. They also played a notable role in making Indian Constitution. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೆಲವರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಯ್ಯರ್, ಕೆ ಎಂ ಮುನ್ಷಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಯ್ಯಂಗಾರ್ ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಒಂದು ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ರಚನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವವಾದ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. But if there is one person who will be remembered as the pilot of the various provisions of the Indian Constitution, it will surely be Dr. Ambedkar. But if we consider as one pilot of various provisions of Indian Constitution, if we consider a person as a pilot of Indian Constitution, he is none other than Dr. B R Ambedkar. So many leaders have gave their own contribution, but if we consider a person as a leader of this group of this assembly was Dr. B R Ambedkar. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ನಾವು ಜನ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಆದರೆ ಆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ರಚನೆಯ ಶಿಲ್ಪಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಕರೆಯೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಕರೀಬಹುದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. It devolved on Dr. Ambedkar to explain to the assembly with a combination of tact and frankness and utmost patience. So it is a responsibility of Dr. Ambedkar because he has played a notable role. The main role he has played and the provisions he has made, he has to give the explanation. He has to explain those provisions of Indian Constitution. It is his duty and it is a responsibility also. So Ambedkar explained to the assembly with the combination of tact and frankness and utmost patience. So if he has to explain those provisions, he has to that tact. Tact means skill. Tact means skill. Tact means skill. And frankness means straightforward. Frankness ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. Frankness and utmost patience. So with the tact and frankness and with utmost patience, Ambedkar explained the provisions of Indian Constitution to the assembly. ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ತಾವೇ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಆ ನಿಬಂಧನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಸಮಿತಿಯ ಮುಂದೆ ಅವರು ವಿವರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಕೌಶಲ್ಯಯುತವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. He had the rare gift of unrevealing the most complicated legal concepts in a language which the layman understood. So Ambedkar had this rare gift. Ambedkar had the rare gift of unrevealing the most complicated legal concepts. He can unreveal the most difficult concept, most that complicated ideas, complicated legal concepts. He had the talent. ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕ್ಲಿಷ್ಟಕರವಾದ ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಒಂದು ವಿವರಿಸತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಹೇಗೆ ವಿವರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ವಿಚ್ ದ ಲೇಮನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಮನುಷ್ಯನು ಕೂಡ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾವಿಜನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ, ನಿಬಂಧನೆಗಳನ್ನ ವಿವರಿಸುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಚಾಣಾಕ್ಷತೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ aided by the indefatigable constitutional advisor B N Rao performed this task matchlessly. So with Ambedkar, one more person has worked indefatigably, without rest. Without rest, the one person is worked with Ambedkar, and that was B N Rao, and he performed the task matchlessly. Matchlessly ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಲಿಕೆಯಾಗದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬಿ ಎನ್ ರಾವ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥವರು. Dr. Ambedkar had a clear perception of the mutuality of the three pillars of state, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. He realized that the jurisdiction of each should be clear and untrammeled. At the same time, he had a sense of the importance of the role of citizens. So here, Dr. Ambedkar had a clear perception. Clear perception means antarika drushti. Antardrushti. He has that clear concept. He has that clarity in his mind that of the mutuality of the three pillars. So there are three pillars. We call has the three pillars of Indian constitutions or the legislature. Three pillars. One is legislature, and the second one is executive, and the third one is judiciary. So these are the three pillars of Indian Constitution: legislature, executive, and the judiciary. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಾಸಕಾಂಗ, ಕಾರ್ಯಾಂಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಇವು he has clear perception about these three pillars of Indian Constitution. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವುಗಳ ಪರಸ್ಪರತೆಯ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಪನೆ, ಅಂತರ್ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇತ್ತು. He realized that the jurisdiction of each should be clear and untrammeled. So in the Indian Constitution he has to know, we may know that the jurisdiction, each pillar has their own jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means ಕಾರ್ಯ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಶಾಸಕಾಂಗದ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಏನು, ಕಾರ್ಯಾಂಗದ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಏನು ಮತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ he has mentioned in that constitution clearly. At the same time, he had the sense of the importance of the role of citizens, and he also mentioned in that the role of the Indian citizens, what he has to do. So like this, all the provisions has been nicely explained by Dr. Ambedkar. So let us students, let us stop here. In the next class I will continue the lesson. For homework I am giving to you have to write the first 3 questions which were there in page number 71. So you have to read the lesson well and find the answer, and you have to write it.